It was the summer of 1985, and Camp Ravenwood buzzed with excitement. Nestled deep within the woods, this quintessential 80s summer camp boasted vibrant cabins, a sparkling lake, and a retro charm that harkened back to a simpler time. Little did we know that our idyllic summer escape would turn into a nightmare that would haunt us for the rest of our lives. I was just a wide-eyed teenager, eager to experience the freedom and adventure that summer camp promised. The counselors, clad in neon shorts and Walkmans strapped to their waists, exuded an air of coolness that we all aspired to emulate. But there was something eerie beneath the nostalgic facade. It started innocently enough. Campfire tales of a mysterious figure that haunted the campgrounds under the cover of darkness. Whispers of campers disappearing without a trace. At first, we dismissed them as mere urban legends, part of the camp's charm. But as the days wore on, the legends took on a chilling reality. It was a moonlit night when the strange occurrences began. Creaking cabin doors, disembodied laughter, and glimpses of shadowy figures darting between the trees. The once lively camp became shrouded in an unsettling silence, broken only by the whispers of our growing fear. One fateful night, a group of us decided to investigate the rumors that had taken hold of our imaginations. Armed with flashlights and the courage of naive teenagers, we ventured into the darkness, determined to uncover the truth. We followed a narrow path that led us deeper into the woods, our hearts pounding in anticipation. As we delved further, an ominous presence settled upon us. The chirping of crickets faded, replaced by an eerie stillness that raised the hairs on the back of our necks. A flickering light appeared in the distance, drawing us closer like moths to a flame. The light emanated from an abandoned cabin, its weathered facade barely visible through the overgrown foliage. The door creaked open with a haunting resonance, revealing a scene frozen in time. Dust-covered furniture, faded posters of 80s icons, and a sense of abandonment that hung heavy in the air. It was as if the cabin had been suspended in a perpetual state of nostalgia, untouched by the passage of time. But our exploration quickly turned into a fight for survival. The doors slammed shut behind us, trapping us inside. Panic surged through our veins as we realized we were not alone. Shadows danced along the walls, contorted figures lurking in the corners of our vision. The air grew thick with a malevolent presence, suffocating our every breath. One by one, our group was picked off, disappearing into the darkness. Terrified and desperate, I fled through the maze-like hallways, my heart pounding in my chest. The echoes of screams and agonized pleas filled the cabin, mingling with the distorted laughter of an unseen force. Finally, I stumbled upon a room, its walls adorned with old photographs and newspaper clippings. They revealed a grim history, past campers who had vanished, their faces etched with a mixture of fear and despair. Among the photos, a recurring figure stood out, a sinister-looking camp counselor from the 80s, his smile twisted with malice. Realization struck me like a bolt of lightning. This counselor had orchestrated the horrors that plagued the camp. He had become one with the darkness, preying on innocent campers for decades, his legacy concealed within the walls of this cursed cabin. Summoning every ounce of courage, I confronted the malevolent counselor. A battle ensued, a clash between light and darkness as we fought for our lives. With a surge of determination, I managed to escape the clutches of the counselor's grasp, leaving him to fade into the shadows. As I emerged from the cabin, dawn broke over the horizon, casting a warm glow upon the campgrounds. The darkness that had consumed us dissipated, and a collective sigh of relief swept through the survivors. In the aftermath, Camp Ravenwood was forever changed. The camp closed its doors, burying the secrets of that summer deep within its haunted grounds. But the memories of that terrifying summer camp experience still haunt me, a constant reminder of the darkness that can lurk behind the most innocent of facades. And to this day, I can't help but wonder if the spirit of that malevolent counselor still lingers, waiting for another generation of unsuspecting campers to unknowingly unleash the horrors of the 80s once again. The summer of 1987 was supposed to be the most memorable one yet at Camp Pinecrest, an 80s-themed summer camp nestled beside a serene and picturesque lake. Little did we know that the tranquility of those waters concealed a horrifying secret that would forever change our lives. The camp buzzed with excitement as campers arrived, their parents bidding farewell with tearful smiles. We reveled in the nostalgia of the 80s, with our neon-colored clothes, big hair, and Walkmans blaring the latest hits. Our days were filled with swimming, archery, and roasting marshmallows by the campfire. However, as the sun dipped below the horizon, a darkness crept over Camp Pinecrest. Strange noises echoed through the woods and campers began to disappear. Rumors circulated of lake people emerging from the depths, seeking to devour unsuspecting campers who ventured too close to the water's edge. At first, we dismissed the tales as mere campfire stories, concocted to scare the younger kids. But as our numbers dwindled, fear took hold of us. The camp counselors, once full of enthusiasm and cheer, became somber and vigilant, warning us to stay away from the lake. One night, unable to resist our curiosity any longer, a group of us decided to investigate. Armed with flashlights and trembling anticipation, we journeyed to the lakeshore under the cover of darkness. The moon cast an eerie glow upon the water's surface, revealing the secrets hidden within. As we approached the lake, a hushed silence settled over us, broken only by the sound of our pounding hearts. Suddenly, the stillness shattered as grotesque figures emerged from the depths, their pale, waterlogged bodies glistening in the moonlight. They moved with a haunting grace, their eyes fixated upon us, hunger evident in their jagged teeth. Panic consumed us, and we fled screaming through the woods. The lake people pursued us relentlessly, their wet footsteps echoing behind us. The dense forest became a maze of terror as we desperately searched for a means of escape. But no matter how fast we ran, the lake people remained just steps behind. One by one, my friends fell victim to the lake people's insatiable hunger. Their anguished cries filled the night air, swallowed by the darkness. I could feel their desperation, their terror seeping into my bones, driving me to push forward, to fight for survival. Finally, with adrenaline coursing through my veins, I stumbled upon an abandoned cabin hidden among the trees. Its worn exterior offered little solace, but it was a temporary sanctuary from the nightmare pursuing me. I barricaded the doors, praying that they would hold against the relentless assault of the lake people. Inside the cabin, the air hung heavy with the stench of decay and despair. The walls were adorned with faded photographs, capturing the terrified faces of past campers who had fallen victim to the lake people's insidious appetite. The realization struck me. A dark pact had been forged long ago, allowing these watery monsters to feast upon unsuspecting campers, ensuring their own survival. As the night wore on, the cabin's defenses weakened. The lake people's relentless assault battered against the doors, threatening to give way. My heart raced, knowing that escape was impossible. With trembling hands, I reached for a dusty journal on a nearby shelf. Its pages revealed the chilling truth. A ritual sacrifice had been performed by the camp's founders, binding the fate of Camp Pinecrest to the insatiable hunger of the lake people. In a desperate attempt to break the cycle, I gathered my remaining strength and lit a fire, hoping to draw the attention of anyone nearby. The flames danced in the night, casting eerie shadows upon the cabin walls. Miraculously, a group of campers and counselors appeared on the horizon, drawn by the beacon of hope. Together, we fought back against the lake people, using every resource at our disposal. Flames licked at their waterlogged bodies, sending them back to the depths from which they had emerged. The battle was fierce, but our determination prevailed and the lake people retreated, defeated for now. Camp Pinecrest, forever scarred by the horrors of that summer, was abandoned. The lake's tranquil facade concealed a darkness we could never have imagined. And as I reflect upon that harrowing experience, I can't help but wonder if the lake people still lurk in the shadows, waiting for another opportunity to rise and claim their next meal.